Hey guys, this is Liam, and in this video we are going to be doing realistic testing on an axe handle to see if the grain orientation plays as big of a role as it is thought to be in the longevity and performance of the axe handle. In our tests today, we are going to be swinging the axe into a log. This is going to be the most realistic test of the strength of an axe handle. In a lot of other tests that have been done with grain orientation, they're performed in a lab with vices, clamps, and hydraulic equipment that is used to bend and break the axe handle. And while these tests do provide more accurate numbers for data with how many pounds it takes to break the handle or how many inches the handle flexes before it breaks, these don't really apply to real-world application. For instance, if you have a vise clamping the axe handle and you are pushing the other side of the axe handle with a hydraulic machine, it does not allow for flex in the axe handle. And anyone that uses an axe handle knows that this is a system and that the handle survives and doesn't break because it's allowed to flex. But if it's clamped rigidly, it's not allowed to flex. That would be as if you took this up to a tree and just pushed it straight through a tree. We know that that's not possible. So in these tests, we are going to be swinging this many, many times and seeing how long it takes to break it, or if it does break within a reasonable amount of hits. There's a saying, correlation is not causation, and I think that that is very applicable to an axe handle breaking. This video is not to try to show that perpendicular grain is stronger than parallel grain, but we want to know how big of a role it plays. Is it necessarily that large of a determining factor of an axe handle breaking? So there are a lot of other things that may go into the cause of a handle breaking. Some of those would be the length of the handle, the curve of the handle, the grain orientation of the handle, which is what we're talking about, knots in the handle, cracks in the handle, twisted grain in the handle, the age of the handle, the characteristics and variances from one hickory tree to the next hickory tree, because hickory does vary a lot. The amount of growth rings in the handle plays a role. The weight of the axe head, of course, plays a role. The techniques of those swinging the handle, the sharpness of the axe, overstriking, and the way that an axe is hung or fit. All of these things play a large role in whether or not your handle breaks or does not break. So with that being said, let's get into the chop testing. Stand next to me, guys.
Okay.
Don't look awkward.
Okay.
Just come closer.
I'm scared.
The axe that we're using today is a farm axe. This is about a 4.5 pound axe head, and it is hung on a very curvy 28-inch hickory handle. The edge has been ground off. It is completely dulled. We've done this both for our safety, and it's actually going to be putting a little bit more blunt force shock into the handle itself. So this is a good test. We are going to be doing 25 reps, and we're going to be rotating off, and we are going to try to hit a goal of 500 swings into this log and then see where we want to go from there if the handle has not broken. I've got my trusty sidekicks here, Josh and Nathan. I'm going to start out. The log that we are hitting is dried locust. It is extremely hard. So I'm going to start with my 25 hits here. It's also worth noting before we switch off that we did 120 hits yesterday with this axe. So this already has 120 hits into this before we did this video. we're finished with the testing now. After 1,943 hits, the handle finally broke. And keep in mind that's 1,943 swings into dried locust using a 4.5-pound axe head that's been completely dulled on an extremely curvy 28-inch long handle. Keep in mind that a straighter handle would be stronger than the curvier option as well. And what we've learned from these tests is that the grain orientation is very subjective. We have received photos from customers who have had handles with perfect parallel grain that have broken after only 5 hits. And we see here that this handle has lasted almost 2,000 hits. And while this video is not out to show that one is better than the other, I personally, and it has been shown in other tests, that parallel grain is technically stronger than perpendicular grain. We are not trying to disprove that. What I am trying to show is that even though it may not be as strong, the best perpendicular grain handle is not going to be as strong as the best parallel grain handle, but what we are trying to show is that even though it's not as strong, it is still strong enough to be a usable handle. And one thing that this also allows us to do is to produce less waste when we're making axe handles. So when we only use the parallel section of the board, it leaves a lot of waste left over. So now we can take this waste and make these handles. After testing it, I'm confident that these handles would be worth selling to customers. And so now we're going to start offering non-parallel grain handles at a different price point alongside parallel grain handles, so we can utilize lumber and then also give more options for customers. And regardless of which handle you're going to get, you're still going to get a very nice axe handle. We had a blast filming this video with the farm axe. It was a joy to swing it and use the products that we make. The farm axe typically comes with the 32-inch handle, or a lot of people get it with the 32-inch handle, but we really enjoyed it with the 28 personally. And it was also really cool to see the patina start to develop on this axe. And this whole time that we were swinging this, we were thinking, what would this log have looked like if the axe was sharp? Because it's completely dulled for this test, and it was still throwing some chips. So if you enjoyed this video, let us know, and also let us know what you think of the test. How many swings would it take to convince you that the handle is more subjective than it's made out to be? Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. What are we gonna say?
You're rolling whenever you're ready.
I gotta show everyone how strong the handle is.
Yeah, but it's already broken. It's ridiculous. I don't think duct tape's gonna do anything more.
No, don't be logical like that. Just be like.
You guys gotta like crack a joke or something.
Oh.
So I look happy.
What do they call a guy with no arms and no legs floating in the water?
What?
Bob.
Okay. Hey guys. What are you laughing at?
I just thought you were laughing at Bob.
Hey guys.